Hi, welcome to Pride Month. I am recommending the books that maybe not everybody is recommending. This is going to be an interesting recommendation. I am recommending My Only Reason by Lennon. And so this is the first of, I believe, a 4-book series. And I read the first one. I did not finish the second one. I couldn't. The second one had... Okay, so the first one was good. I really liked it. It was friends to lovers, sort of. It was these two guys who played football together, and at the very end of their season in college, one of them came out as gay. And then he said to his friend that he loved him, and then he got really embarrassed, and then he left. And he didn't really come out at all beyond to his friend, and he went down to, I think, Florida, and his friend went to Tennessee, and then they didn't talk for 6 years. I think it's a little bit weird that they didn't talk for 6 years, but they didn't talk for 6 years. And then after that, the one in Tennessee transferred to Tennessee, so now they're on the same team and they're gonna have to work together. And throughout the book, it's them reconnecting because they have to work together and, deal with it. And you find out during those 6 years, the one who is straight did try to contact his friend, but the one who was gay was just embarrassed and didn't know how to deal with it. And anyways, so kind of a Gay for You, Friends to Lovers. It's a fun book. In the second one, the reason I didn't finish it was about another, within the first book, you find out in those 6 years, the one who's gay does come out. So he is publicly known to be gay. In the second book, another player on the team is gay but isn't out. And at some point, it's during the teams aren't playing, so during the off season, he is married, but nobody knows this. Nobody knows this at all. And he and his husband are completely estranged. Like shortly after their wedding, they became completely estranged and never asked for a divorce for whatever reason, and don't talk and da-da-da. And by the end of the book, they're supposed to be happy again. And a lot of weird things happen, and a lot of it almost was non-consensual, not going all the way, but just the one football player would they had to pretend to be married to adopt some kids who had been beaten up for being gay, and so they had to pretend to be married, but they really were married. And so when they were playing it out, the one who was a football player who did want his husband back would get a little too close, even when they weren't in a place where people would see it. And it just got to me they should just be divorced and separated. The one who was the other one made it clear he didn't want to get back together. So the fact that they were getting back together, it was too, I want to be separated for them to be an HE at the end. It was just uncomfortable. It was too uncomfortable at the point of the book I was at that I just had to stop. I tapped in at book 3, which I at this point have zero memory of. And then book 4, which was a poly book, which I thought was very interesting. A very established couple and another coming in, a very closeted man coming in. So it's not that the series was poorly written. It was just one book of the series that I just couldn't stomach. Overall, the first book I would recommend. And the last book I would recommend. The second book I would not recommend. So that's my take on it for what it's worth.